Hello and welcome to another Ye Olde Battle Reps 40k report. It's been a long time. We're coming near the end of lockdown in Britain at this point. We're in 9th of April 2021. It's kind of a solo report of my Dark Angels versus some Thousand Suns. But Jack is hovering on a computer screen over there to help me out. Yeah, there he is. You can't see him very well, which I'm sure he'll be very pleased about. So I don't know Thousand Suns. I borrowed this army from Jack quite a while ago, and then I haven't got around to playing a game with them. And I thought I'd finally crack them out and have a go. I bought my Dark Angels as well, so I'll introduce the armies in a second. Jack can help me introduce what he's chosen. It'll mainly be me doing stuff, like I'll ask Jack's advice on things. Obviously, I'll be commanding the Dark Angels entirely independently, and then Jack will talk me through what's best for the Thousand Suns, because I don't really know them. And we'll go from there. We're playing Frontline Warfare. Both armies have selected the Vital Ground secondary. Both armies have selected Engage on all fronts. Jack's taken First Strike, and I've taken Odes of Moment, which is the Space Marine one, which I assume Dark Angels can take. I'm not going to go through... I'll go through some spells and things when we introduce the armies. I haven't rolled who's going first yet either. So let's go. Let's go straight into the armies. We'll go straight into it. There's no reason to stop. So, Dark Angels, my Warlord is my primaris chaplain on bike. He's got stuff. I can't remember what I've given him, to be honest. I should, but it's now on my phone and I can't remember. He's got something that means Ravenwing are better. And he's got a better mace as well that's better against Heretic Astartes. So, yeah, them. 3 Outriders, normal loadout. I've got Repulsed Executioner. With everything, I think. And inside there is 3 Blade Guard and a Lieutenant with the shield. I've got Librarian, Primaris Librarian. 5 Intercessors, just bog standard. I've got 5 Assault Intercessors and the Sergeant, who is the guy with the no helmet. He's actually got a plasma pistol, which you can't see there. 3 Eradicators, 3 Eliminators. They haven't got Las Fusel. They've got the normal bolt sniper rifles. And I've got around here, you can see there, 5 Infiltrators as well. And that's mine. For Thousand Suns, they've got Warlord is Demon Prince, who's got wings and various things. Araman's there as well. They've got a Sangor Shaman, a Sorcerer, and a Sorcerer and Terminator armor. I'm not going to go through their psychic powers. That's going to take too long. And they've got 2 units of 5 spawn, one there, one around this side. A Mauler Fiend with Lash Tendrils, a Defiler with Twin Las and Defiler Scourge, another 5 Rubik Marines there, and a Hellbrute with Twin Las and Missile Launcher. So yours is actually 2 combat patrols, isn't it? Mine's a battalion.
It's 2 patrols.
2 combat patrols, and they're both Cult of Duplicity.
That's right, yeah, but just I was toying with making one magic and fine-tuning it, but this would have been too complicated.
Yeah, keep it simple for my first game in a long time. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'll roll off in a second. I won't bother doing that on camera, but and I'll come back on the first turn. What's quite likely in this game, just to prepare people, it's going to be more, the videoing will be more Dark Angels heavy because it's easier. So a lot of the Thousand Suns turn. Well, I'll film essential shooting like the Philo and the Hellbrute and things, yeah. But and fun. I like Mauler Fiend. Yeah, I like Mauler Fiend. I'll film combat and stuff like that as long as it gets in. I'm probably not going to film any of the psychic phase, too complicated. And we'll kind of go from there. I've got to make it a bit simpler because it's just I've got so many rules to try and remember. It's the first time I've used Dark Angels with their new codex, which I'm very excited about because they're amazing now. I've gone for a full Primaris force though. So it's not actually particularly Dark Angels here. I've got no Terminators. And no additional Ravenwing stuff. But I bought stuff I haven't used before. I haven't used Blade Guard before. I haven't used Eradicators before. Haven't used Repulsed Executioner before. I haven't used Eliminators with the bolt rifles before. So I wanted to try a few different things, really. I wrote about 5 different lists for this game and I've settled on this one. So okay, we'll come back in a moment. Okay, Dark Angels turn 1 movement. So Sultan's has moved up. Eradicators moved up. These guys always stood still. Tank moved up a bit. Infiltrator stood still, and these guys moved up. So far, I've done like small arms. So they fired. Infiltrators and bikes have all fired, and I've killed off 2 spawn, 2 and almost 3 spawn in there, and 1. These guys killed a spawn by themselves. Mental. Now I'm firing these eliminators, and they're going to fire at the Sangor Shaman, because they can ignore his lookout set. I want to try and kill off a couple of sorcerers, try and give it some smites and things. Oops, I've got my finger there. This is a new phone, and I don't know where the camera is. So they're heading on 2s, which is good, because I rolled 3 2s. What's the toughness, Jack, of the Sangor Shaman? 4?
4.
So 3s to wounds. Oh, I'm going to have to re-roll one of those. Come on, but re-roll. I got 2 1s, so 2 wounds. What save has he got?
I can't remember if it's a 5. I think it's a 5 up in, but it might be 4 up.
So he's got 5 mortis rounds on that one. I'll roll it until it happens. I rolled a 4 and a 2, so I will check his save and come back. So just checking, it's only a 5+ invent. That is a dead Sangor Shaman, so that's pretty good. They killed a character, which I think is one of my things. And it's a sorcerer. It's a spellcaster gone. I'll come back in a moment when I've decided. What's that?
You got assassinate?
No, I haven't, but I think Ode's a moment one of them is killing a character. I think I have to check. But yeah, I've got the tank and the eradicators left, so I'll come back when I'm ready to shoot those. So next up is the eradicators. They're going to fire at the Mauler Fiend. Don't know if I should have fired at something else, but the Mauler Fiend I find quite scary, so whereas the Defiler tends to do very little. So anyway, 6 shots because of total obliteration. Oh, 3 2s, and I can't do anything about it. Toughness 7.
Yeah, we're on 3s.
So 2 wounds. It's got a 5+ invuln.
5 up demonic invulnerable,
yeah. Yep. Oh, saves 1 as well. D6 damage. 4 wounds off. Okay. And I'll come back when I work out because the tank's got so many weapons. I'll probably fire some of the smaller ones off and then wait to fire the big guns. So the Eradicators fired at the Mauler Fiend and did, I think, just 2 wounds in the end. Or they did 4 wounds. But Mr. Repulse Executioner fired a lot of stuff at these spawn and killed a few more. And then all the other stuff went against the Defiler, and you can see there's a big Defiler-shaped hole right there. The heavy bolters did 8 wounds, which was mental. And then it blew up. And then it blew up and took a wound off Harriman, 3 wounds off that sorcerer, killed 2 Rubik Marines, and took 3 wounds off that last spawn. So it did a big boom. Big boom. I was going to film the big guns, but by the time we got to that point, it was like... By the time I'd done everything apart from it was almost dead. He had 1 wound left when I fired the heavy laser destroyer at it, so it didn't look good.
It was the heavy bolters.
Yeah. Heavy bolter did 8 wounds, yeah. Yeah, it was a bit mental. It's got so many guns to fire. So anyway, I'll check my secondaries, because I think I might have got a point for killing the Sangor Shaman. I'll definitely... Actually, I get one for killing the vehicle. Anyway, I'll come back in a second.
Yeah.
Okay, 1,000 tons movement. Everything's kind of moved up quite aggressively. So this side, they moved up very aggressively. They've all kind of moved around. The sorcerer's just shuffled around there. And this lone spawn is coming up this way. Shambling? That's not the word? Yeah, shambling forwards, trying to take on the bikes, and is inevitably going to die. That's it, really. I'm not going to do Psychic Phase on camera because it's complicated and long and I don't want to. So I'll come back at the end of the Psychic Phase. Okay, end of 1,000 Suns Psychic Phase. I was about to say Magic Phase again. Not particularly successful Psychic Phase at all. Managed to do Gaze of Fate, and then the Demon Prince failed, I think the other one, whatever he tried to cast. Failed to do Warp Time with that guy, who we actually rearranged to move there. Failed it twice, even after using Gaze of Fate dice. Managed to get Prescient and Diabolic Strength off on the Mauler Fiend, but failed to get the improved Invuln. And then the only other thing is Araman basically took a wound off one of these guys and 2 wounds off those guys. That was it. So fairly diabolical, actually. Psychic Phase, really.
And not in a good way.
And not a good way, yeah. I won't bother filming shooting because there's not that much on it, and then we'll go into... we'll come back probably at the beginning of the combat phase. So end of the shooting phase for 1,000 Suns, fairly simple one. Took 6 wounds off the repulsor with the Hellbrute, and then all the bolt weapons did nothing. They either didn't hit or didn't wound. Or I made 1 saving throw with my eliminators. Right, on to charge phases. Well, these guys are going to charge. I'm not going to film too much because I want this to be quite a short report as well. These guys are all going to charge over here. I imagine this spawn's going to charge as well, and we'll come back at the end of that phase. So end of the charge phase, all these guys got in. I overwatched on the Demon Prince and did nothing, and this lone spawn got in over here as well. So yeah, Jack's going to talk us through who's going to go first. Okay, so first up is the spawn. So you popped a couple of strats, or was it one? There was one strat you popped, which was to pick their bonus and reroll the dice for attacking. So they can reroll wounds. I've popped transhuman and line unbreakable, so only 3 of them get to attack. And they can leave wound on 4s rather than 3s. So here's the attacks for them. I have to do this in 2 bits, I think. So hitting on 4s, you said?
Yeah, only 4s. Are they within range of the Demon Prince? I can't see.
Yeah, so they get to reroll 1s.
Reroll 1s, yeah.
Okay, you got 1 in there as well, so that's good. Which hits those ones. Oh my god. Your rolling is as good as mine. You got 13 hits. Right.
13 hits out of 16.
Yeah, 13 hits out of 16. So, and then 3s.
Wounding on only on 4 plus because of transhuman, but they get to reroll.
Yeah, so 4s with a reroll, which is good because that was not a good roll. Long time since I had to film this. And that made it a lot better. So you got, I think, 10 wounds. It's -2, 2 damage. So 5, and each one is a dead guy. They're definitely dead. They're dead lots of times over. That unit wiped out. I don't know. I'm going to see if I might be able to do something where they can attack. Then give me a moment. So that was a predictable end to the rest of combat phase. They died immediately, and they killed that spawn, no problem. So they got 5 points for first strike, 2 for engagement all fronts. Dark Angels are currently on 1, but they're going to get some more points now. So on Dark Angels turn 2. Okay, Dark Angels movement. So these guys moved up. They stood still. They just moved right up there to try and threaten the back objective. The infiltrators have stood still on here, claiming that one, and the tanker stayed still as well. Now, I wasn't going to film a psychic phase, but then I rolled an 11 for his smite, and then a 5. So I've taken 5 wounds off the Mauler Fiend. It's quite nice. And then I'll go next, but I'll see what happens. But I've taken 5 wounds off Mauler Fiend. Lovely stuff. Okay, so after the amazing smite, then came an amazing trephination. Well, I failed it first time. I spent a command point, which was down to 7. And I rolled a 9, and it failed to. They failed to stop it. And I didn't have to roll anything, but that means he suffers 3 more mortal wounds. There's more things on 1 wound left. I've got to kill him with some bolt fires or something. So yeah, that was a very good psychic phase. Jack, Jack just come back in. I got some bad news for you, Jack, on the end of the psychic phase. I managed to do 8 wounds to the Mauler Fiend.
What, a psychic phase?
Yeah.
What?
1. Well, he rolled an 11 on smite. And I got a 5. And he didn't stop it. No one. People tried, but didn't get enough to stop it. And then I rolled trephination, which is one of his spells, and I rolled a 9. Well, actually, I failed to cast it the first time. I spent a CP and rolled a 9. Didn't stop it, and because I got higher than his leadership, he suffers 3 mortal wounds.
Oh my god!
So he's down to 1. He's down to 1. He's down to 1 wound left. On the Mauler Fiends.
That's a bit mental.
That is mental.
How many wounds altogether?
He did 8 by himself.
Wow.
The librarian.
Not even like.
He might. No, he just.
He's done far more than my whole Thousand Sons army.
He's done far more mortal wounds than your Thousand Army did. Yeah, he did ridiculously well. Yeah, let's be fair. That was mental. Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, on to shooting. Right, coming at the end of the shooting phase, maybe I should have filmed it, but it's all goes a bit mental. So the eliminators finished off the sorcerer down there, on 1 wound left, and then I fired lots of bolt weaponry. Oh, the lieutenant finished off the Mauler Fiend with his pistol, which is pretty good. Lots of bolt weaponry, so the intercessors fired, infiltrators, all the bikers were just about in range to fight the demon prince, who had no cover from anyone. So they took off 8 wounds with bolt weapons, which is mental. And then the tank finished off the demon prince, and the tank fires heavy laser destroyer at the hell. I actually targeted almost everything else at the hell boot and killed it. So I managed to kill the sorcerer, that thing, demon prince, Mauler Fiend, and Hellbrute in one shooting phase. And this is all Jack's got left over, which is I feel a bit sad for him. I don't, but it is sad for him. Yeah, and now these guys are going to charge.
What do you mean all I've got left? This is just you playing yourself and I'm just watching.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to... Well, to be fair, like, your psychic phase is a bit rubbish, but your assault phases were actually really good. Like, you managed to finish off those things really easily and stuff. It's just... Yeah, your psychic phase wasn't great, and you've only got 2. You've only got one. We got 2 psychers left now, and one of them's Iron Man, so that's quite scary. But I have got a tank.
I somehow doubt he'll either be a patch on the librarian.
Yeah, who did 8 mortal wounds? So all a fiend, mental. Anyway, these guys are going to charge and hopefully finish off those 3 rubrics. Okay, so they all got in.
The charges?
No, that was all the charges. Nothing else is in range, and they all got in. I had to re-roll for the chaplain. So he's got a Mace of Redemption, which is very good against Heretic Astartes. So he will hit on 2s. 4 hits. He will wound on 2s, because he's now strength 8. And any 4+ inflicts 2 mortal wounds. That's 2 lots of 4+, that's 4 mortal wounds.
How many's left? Were there 5?
No, they're 3.
They're all dead.
They're all dead. So chaplain kills all of them, and that's the end of that. So I'm going to get quite a few points now. I'll get 3 points for engaging all fronts. I'll get points for killing stuff, and points for vital ground and things as well. So I'll work all that in a moment. So coming in the end of Thousand Suns, turn 2, movement, shooting, and everything so far. They got a few points. They got 5 points for primaries, but that's it. They have to stay where they are to hold that objective. Back here, after all the various spells and things, they've killed 2 bikes and taken 3 wounds off the chaplain and taken away his invuln. And now we're on to charges, which I'm guessing is these guys. So first combat, everyone got in here. The Rubik's going first. The Aspiring Sorcerer's going first. So he's hitting the chaplain. I've popped Transhuman, 3 anything, and Wimmy on 4s. He's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of Arman. So no 1s, 2 hits. Winning on 4s, not 3s because of Transhuman. 1 wound, -1.
-1.
So 4+ save. Failed. I'm going to CP that as the chaplain. Still failed. D3 wounds.
D3.
3 wounds down to 1. Okay, and then the rest of them, the normal Marines. They've got
8 attacks from them.
8 attacks. Hitting on.
And 6 is an extra attack, remember?
Oh yeah, I didn't do that on. I'll just see what these guys do first. They'll probably kill him. Yeah, they've got 2 more attacks. They roll like 1, another 1, so 2 more. It's attacks, so isn't it? Not hits. Oh, that one. Yeah. So that meant. Oh, that one failed.
What's his toughness?
Oh, his toughness 5 actually. Thinking about it. Toughness 5. So 5 to wound. 2 wounds. 3+ save. Save both of them.
Die.
He saved both of them.
Before he CP'd anyway.
Yeah, he saved both. He got 2 5s.
I can't. The quality's too bad for me to see.
2 5s at the computer.
Okay, so he's still alive.
Still alive. I will interrupt now and attack with him. And I'll attack the Terminator.
You're interrupting with the bike, the lone bike?
No, with the chaplain.
Because the Terminator, I've got Terminator here.
So I'm going to attack him.
Why the hell would you interrupt the bike? Yeah.
I'm not. He's got 5 attacks. He's got a special weapon. I'm going to have to come back a second. He's got a special weapon. Yep, I'm spending to interrupt. He's attacking him. Oh, I forgot something. I'm going to have to go back to the video. He's -1 to hit because of his Warlord trait.
Oh, you can check on those 6s as well if you want them.
Yeah, I'll go back to the video and have a check. They didn't do anything. It's only the first guy that matters because the Rubik Marines didn't do anything. Yeah. It's whether he did anything. So I'll have a check. So I look back at the footage. I forgot that he's got the Warlord trait that means he's -1 to hit, but with the aspiring sorcerer, he'd actually rolled a 6 on one of them, which wouldn't have counted, and he would have got the same number of hits and therefore same number of wounds, and the Rubik Marines didn't do anything anyway. Anyway, so he's attacking now. He's attacking the Terminator only. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. So all hit. He's strength 8, so wounding on 2s. And any 4s are 2 mortal wounds. Any 4 pluses are 2 mortal wounds. There's 2.
How many? Oh, 2 mortal wounds.
So they all wound, but I'm actually going to re-roll one of them because if I get another 4 plus, he's just dead. No, I didn't. But they still all wound. So they wound on 2 plus. So those 2 are just 4 mortal wounds. How many wounds has he got?
Well, being the Terminator, yeah, he's got 5.
So he's got a 2 plus save, so therefore this is -3, so there's a 5 plus invuln, or has he got a 4 plus invuln?
He has 5 up.
So, well, he's dead, whatever. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Yeah, so that's him gone. And I'll come back in a moment. So end of that, after we finished that combat, Araman and this bike just clapped at each other, did nothing. So Jack will get some points for vital ground over there, and so will I. Oh no, that's next turn. Never mind. You'll get engagement on front, although actually this Rubik Marine here is over the line, so you actually are only in 2 table quarters. Sorry. It's the best way anyone can fit it, so you don't get any points.
It's a bit suspicious that you moved my box.
Well, tell you what, you're right. He could just go there. No, it's fine. Because he could just go there, and then you do get the points then. Although actually saying that, yeah, no, we yeah, you're right. Because we could work things out that mean you are in 3 table quarters, so why would we not do that? That was just it was an oversight, nothing intentional. But the spawn could have moved. If the spawn were here, which they would be, then they're in that table quarter. Araman is in this table quarter, and they could have charged there, and they're in that table quarter. So therefore, that's 2 points. So we'll do that, and then we'll move on to Dark Angel's turn 3. So beginning of Dark Angel's turn 3, so I got 10 points on the primaries, 2 on vital ground. Psychic phase, failed the smite, but I killed 3 with trephination. And now I'm on to shooting. I'll just do all the little... I probably won't film the shooting phase because it could end up being quite brutal, I think. We'll see what happens. But I imagine I'm going to kill a lot of stuff. Right, just summing up the end of the game. As you can see, there's a big 1,000 Sun shaped hole. So basically, these 3 killed... what did these 3 do? They took some wounds off Araman, I think. They didn't quite kill him. They've got another 1 wound left, I think. And then the infiltrators finished off Araman. These guys and these guys finished off the Rubik Marines. And then Tank just fired everything at the spawn. Didn't even need most of the guns and finished them off really easily. So it's complete tabling for 1,000 Suns. So victory for Dark Angels. I'm not even going to bother totaling out the points because I'm already ahead and they've now got nothing left. So it'll be obviously a massive victory. I could technically see how many I'd get just for fun. But yeah, shocking victory really. I didn't expect to win that much. I think the poor turn 1 psychic from 1,000 Suns was quite horrific, and this librarian doing 8 wounds on the Mauler Fiend, killing the Defiler turn 1, finished off the Demon Prince. I was able to take out those, and actually, whittling down that spawn on this left hand side, turn 1 as well. Like I really targeted quite well and did very well on the shooting. Dark Angel did do well. Didn't even use that many strats and things, so there's probably lots of Dark Angel stuff I didn't know or didn't use. But it was fun. I liked using a pure Primaris as well. Next time I'll use like a Raven Wing or a Deathwing army for a bit of fun. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. I'll total out the points and maybe I'll add them up on the end, or I'll take a photo of the sheet. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Check out the Facebook page. You'll see the progress of all these guys on there, for example. Check out the Patreon page as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for joining us, Jack. It was helpful, even though you lost brutally. But yeah, it was.
You pay against yourself, I was just watching.
Okay, fair enough. If you say that, if you say so. It's your army, though. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and he isn't going to do it.
See you next time.
So next time.